Hey guys, Joe here from Wild Aquatics and Exotics. Welcome to our 5th video in the Getting Started series. If you've been following our Getting Started series, you're probably already familiar with setting up your tank and adding your first fish. Now, it's time to learn how to feed them and ensure your fish are happy and healthy for the long term. Proper feeding is essential, but it's very easy to overfeed, which can cause problems in the aquarium. Generally speaking, you want to feed your fish as much and as frequently as you can without them leaving leftover food. Any uneaten food will decompose and cause poor water quality, feed nuisance algae growth, and adds to your cleaning maintenance. You'll be using a bit of trial and error to figure out the exact amount of food that works best for you, but try not to overthink it, as it's not an exact science. Unless you're keeping a particular species that requires a particular type of food, the majority of the time you'll be feeding a type of fish flake. Here are some general tips on feeding. Firstly, feed in small amounts. Take your time when feeding, adding small amounts little and often, and preferably only offer as much food as your fish can consume in 2 or 3 minutes. If you see food floating around after that time, make a note that you've overfed and consider removing it to prevent it from decomposing. Fortunately, having a variety of bottom-dwelling catfish can assist in hoovering up the uneaten food, so the occasional accident is not a problem. Choose the right food. Make sure that you're feeding your fish food that's appropriate for their species. There are many different types of food: flakes, pellets, tablets, freeze-dried, frozen, and live. Make sure the food you're feeding is appropriate to the species, both in dietary requirements and in proportions to their mouth size. For example, flake foods for small shoaling fish and algae tablets for herbivorous catfish. Feed them once or twice a day, unless you have a species that requires more frequent feeding. Again, avoid overfeeding to maintain clean water, as aside from most scavengers, the majority of fish will not actually graze on the uneaten food. Contrary to what you may have heard already, it does not matter what time you feed your fish. It's simply overthinking, as there is no benefit to feeding at any particular time of the day. That being said, I would recommend to only feed when the lights have switched on, just to make sure the fish are fully awake and alert. Just feed to your own schedule, and your fish will establish their own routine around you. Do not grind the larger pieces of flakes into a dust. Many people by default will take a pinch of food and grind it in their fingers like if they were going to add a pinch of salt to their meal. Unfortunately, these tiny pieces are likely not going to be eaten by the fish and will just end up clogging up your filter. Try and add some variety to your fish's diet. Whilst the majority of fish foods are designed to be a staple diet, it's worth switching brands now and then to maximise the nutritional diversity. You can also introduce treats into their diet, like frozen brine shrimp. And lastly, do not feed human foods to your fish. Do not feel tempted to feed your fish scraps from your dinner table. The only exception to this would be vegetables for herbivorous fish, but make sure that these are raw vegetables that haven't been marinated or fried in cooking oils. And that's everything. To summarise, make sure not to add too much food in one go, make sure you purchase the correct food for the specific species you're keeping, and remember to always have bottom-dwelling catfish to hoover up the uneaten food. In the next video, we're going to be covering a simple maintenance schedule to help you keep your tank clean, as well as tips on how to clean your filter media and perform water changes efficiently. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more aquarium guides.